Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you are in the world. I hope this finds you well. Since yesterday's upload, Caspa has continued its rally, now finding itself at the top end of this descending channel. And in fact, if you look closely at the current moment in time, Caspa is finding itself slightly above the ascending channel, which is optimistic, and we'll keep an eye on it and see if the momentum can sustain here and if it can in fact flip it as support and continue up, which happens at some point or another, and potentially this will be one of those times. As you can see, if we go back and look at other examples of these moments, sometimes it gets rejected. Sometimes it flips, it comes above, and then it uses it as support and fuel for a move to higher levels. You can see that right here as well. You can go back even further. Comes up, comes down, boom, and it's off to the races. So as we find ourselves once again at the top of the descending channel that Caspa seems to enjoy falling into time and time again, we will see if this is the moment where it flips it into support for its next move higher. Another optimistic thing that I'm looking at is the weekly chart, looking at the Heiken Ashi candles for Kaspa. As we can see, we are currently green with 2 days and 14 hours left until this weekly Heiken Ashi candle closes. And as you can see, anytime that Kaspa closes green on the weekly Heiken Ashi, there's generally, always actually, so far, been a very large rally. So currently, if we look closely here, what do we see here? We do see a green Heiken Ashi candle. And we have 2 days and 14 hours left until this candle closes. So we are going to continue to monitor this situation. And what is Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is currently bouncing off of the 100-day moving average. This does happen from time to time. Sometimes the 100-day holds as support. As you can see right here, it held as support. If we go back even further, we can see that there were other moving averages here, but the 100-day was near the bottom of that swing. And additionally, in 2020, before the big rally, the 100-day did in fact also hold its support right here. It did not quite get down to the bull market support band. So it tapped it once, it pulled back, and pretty much held the 100-day as support, and that provided fuel for the next leg higher. Additionally, the halving, I believe, was somewhere in here. So timing-wise, we do find ourselves in a similar moment because we did have the halving very recently, and we came down essentially very close, nearly tested the bull market support band, and now we are bouncing once again off of the 100-day. So this area right here may not come. I thought that was an interesting confluence between this ascending channel and this descending channel. But what ended up happening is that price just kind of fell through and hit the bottom of this channel very quickly. And it didn't really even get down to the bull market support band It may have on average, not even. So it really didn't even get down there, but it got close. So this channel is really what ended up holding the price. And additionally, just in terms of sentiment in the market, on a higher time frame, on the weekly, we got this big wick off of the, well, here it looks like the bull market support band got hit on the weekly. Not sure why it doesn't show that on the daily, but that is nice to see. We want to see wicks off of it. Anytime price wicks off of it, generally is bullish. Pointed out here, especially if we go back, excuse me, if we go back, let me clean up some of these moving averages here. Let's just make it real simple. If we go back and look at Caspa, or sorry, if we go back and look at Bitcoin on the weekly and how it wicked off these moving averages, that was eventually, ultimately led to the big rally we saw. So we are in a similar moment where right here we have a wick off too, wick off of it. Here's the wick, and here's a wick. Here's a wick. So I can't be bearish here. I just can't be bearish until we potentially fall through some moving averages. I can't be bearish. So things look okay to me. Now going back to Kaspa, I'm gonna look at the Bitcoin pair, and I encourage everybody to put it into Satoshis. If you guys need help doing that, send me a message about that. Drop into the Discord, and I'm happy to help you out with the trading view stuff. But I recommend putting in Satoshis because that provides a nice, easy way to look at the price. Right now, Kaspa is 207, 208 Satoshis, and you can see that Kaspa tends to backtest previous highs on the Bitcoin pair. I've highlighted all these levels, so it's all looking fairly typical. We came down, backtest, came up, backtest, came up, bunch of backtests here. Again, like a backtest popping up. And where are we right now? We're basically backtesting the previous accumulation range, and it is getting a nice pump right now. So we'll see if this can continue higher. That's part of the equation, looking at the Bitcoin pair, which is looking nice because it kind of went down and it tagged this region. So potentially that was a gap that needed to be filled, and now we can continue back up. And just, looking back at the USD pair, I mean, it looks bullish too. So if we can get back above here and back test, which would be typical to kind of at least have some sideways right here, and then move high, that could provide the fuel for moving higher. And again, as I've been mentioning, it'll be repeated if you watch the last few videos, but timing wise, it's all looking fairly typical as well. We're just within the time frame that could be potentially normal and typical. Just a long accumulation for Kaspa. It's it's a fair launch coin, and so the price action is just very organic. It's just super beautiful chart, so it doesn't pump and dump like a lot of things that have VCs in it manipulating it, So it's just a very clean trading asset. I mean, people call for manipulation on Caspa. I see sometimes people are like, oh, it's so manipulated. People are trying to keep the price down, blah, 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 blah. But I don't really see it. I mean, psychologically speaking, they need reason to enter. They need to feel like there's support building over time. And this helps people get into an asset. It gives them confidence. So on something like Caspa that you may have heard is following the power law, which Bitcoin is known for following, just this like momentous growth that is seen on really strong assets that just have this massive adoption over time. Kaspa also has that. So you can see that in the chart. It's just been, I mean, there are periods where it goes down, but on a high time frame, it just looks like up only, right? I mean, if we just go and we compare, we just come in and compare Bitcoin on a high time frame, like, look at that. I mean, that's just a monumentous chart. It just was clearly, it just had massive adoption, right? People thought it was a good thing. They invested in it. And then, we can come back and we can look at the Caspa chart. Just look at the this weekly Heiken Ashi chart again. It's just obviously very strong. And anyone who says that there's an issue with this chart, I mean, I don't see it. I mean, to me, this is an amazing asset, and the fundamentals are the reason why the chart is the way it is. People are watching it. They're buying it when it's on sale. You can see anytime it's dipped below the 20 and 21 week moving averages, it got bought up, and that was the best deal you were going to get. Right now, once again, it's in that moment where it spent some time under the bull market support band and it got bought up, but many people equate price with value. It should be the opposite way, because any smart and successful investor, if you listen to any of them talk about their strategies, a lot of them, they're just high time frame investors. They wait until things are on sale. They understand what is valuable and they buy the discount. It's like going to the store and getting your favorite food on sale. Like, what it is, you like it, and it's on sale. You're not going to say, oh, it's cheaper today. I'm not going to buy this because there must be something wrong with it. No, you know what it is. You like it. You like eating it. It's on sale. You buy it. You buy 10 of them. Right. So that's how I see Caspa. When it is on a discount, that to me is when you buy it, if you like it, and you need some more of it. So you stock up, and then when price is high, that's when you can scale out. And for me, as a high time frame swing trader, if you haven't followed me for a while, you can see what I do is I basically on the weekly time frame. That's how I look at the cycles. For me, it's the easiest to get in. I don't think I was really on Twitter here, actually, to be honest with you. So I don't have any history here. I wasn't posting, but I got into the market back then in 2020. I was buying in here after this COVID capitulation, because it just looked so bottom to me. Like that had to have been the bottom. And I got into the market probably like right here. And then I sold everything up here. As you can see, I sold it. This is when I probably had like less than 1,000 followers on Twitter. And I was just kind of, I was like, getting on people's comments, being like, nah, I don't know, guys, I don't know. And Pentoshi, right? Big account. Sorry for the noise in the background. But I was bearish. I was bearish here at the peak. I was looking for Bitcoin to fall below the 200 week. And so I thought we were in a bear market, right? And I was waiting for Bitcoin to get down here. As I posted, I got back in, I made a big purchase on Bitcoin. I actually did trade a little bit. I kind of sold this peak and then started kind of getting back in down here, and actually predicted the 15,500 bottom, which ended up being the Pico bottom. So as you can see, that was the bottom of Bitcoin, 15,500. To me, it looked like 15,500 would also make a nice spring on a Wyckoff accumulation. And that's exactly what we had. This turned into a big Wyckoff accumulation phase. And if you don't know what that is, look it up, look it up. It's a thing. And I got very bullish here, right? I told everybody we were going to pump it all to the moon, right? Not that I necessarily believed that everything was going to set new highs this year, but I think I was just being playful. Everybody hated this right here. The comments were just, if I even got any comments, right? They were just, people didn't believe it, right? That's the psychology of the market. At the top, people don't want to believe it's the top, and at the bottom, people want lower prices, right? They can't believe that price will reverse, especially like down here. Everybody was calling for, some people were calling for like 8,000, 6,000, 5,000. They were entertaining these super low prices, and I don't know. We never got there, right? This was the ultimate buy right here. And if you're interested in how I look at the markets in more depth, and how I do technical analysis, you can join the Ski Bum Trading Discord server, where I hang out every day and answer questions and share charts and help people with technical analysis and using tools and indicators. So that you could find if you want to support and also get some value out of what I do. You could find that in the description below in the pinned tweet, and also my Twitter bio. Patreon provides the invite link to the Discord. So happy to help out in teaching technical analysis and my methods and how I look at the markets and how I trade. So until next time, I hope this has been useful and helpful, and I appreciate reading through all the comments, by the way. So always happy to hear what people think, and I try to respond to everything. So if there's things that you like or things that you don't like, feel free to let me know. Sometimes my mic isn't good and people say my mic sucks, and I fix my mic, so feel free to tell me what you like, what you don't like. And I'm happy to do my best to accommodate. So keep those edges sharp as we navigate the icy slopes of the markets. And until next time, be well.